Well, it's another Monday, a magnificent Monday. I don't want to say magical. I started to say magical, but it's not magical. But it is just a magnificent Monday. And we are here once again in Miss G's Ladies Lounge. Hello out there to everyone, all of our family and friends. We're so glad to have you with us on today, whether you're here for the first time. If you are, just let me know. Just go ahead and let me know in the chat. Just drop a line. Hey, first timer, we're so glad to have you. If you're catching the replay, thank you. If you're live, thank you. We're just so glad to have you. Listen, my name is Gwen Finley. I am your host, Ms. G, here again in Miss G's Ladies Lounge. And I'm so excited that you have decided to join me. And I hope and pray that you would enjoy yourself on today and that you would be abundantly blessed. I have a wonderful guest who's here. She is not a stranger to Miss G's Ladies Lounge. She's been here before, but every time she comes, I mean, we get more and more and more. And so today we're so excited just to have her with us once again. For all of you that's joining me live, live things can happen when you're live. So don't worry about that box right there. I'm going to move that in just about a minute. So anyway, we're live, but we're getting ready to have a great time. I am going to introduce you to my guest, and then we're going to bring her on. But first, you know how I love to do. Let's just say a quick word of prayer. God, we thank you for this day. We thank you that it is a wonderful, magnificent Monday. We thank you for allowing us another opportunity just to come together and to share with one another. I pray that you would bless my guest on today. Bless all those that join us and even catch the replay. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right. So let's get ready for the bio. I'm going to tell you just a little bit about her, but afterwards we're going to come on and we're going to go elaborate a little more into who our guest is on today. None other than Sharvette Mitchell, as they say, the Sharvette Mitchell. Why don't you just join me today? Sharvette has been a radio personality and podcaster for over 13 years. She is a former recipient of the Richmond Star Award, the ACHI Magazine's Radio Personality of the Year Award, and has been featured in publications such as Huffington Post, Hope for Women Magazine, DIVA By Design Magazine, CEO Magazine, Glambitious Magazine, Rescue, and so many more. She's been seen on CBS Monday Motivation, CBS Virginia 6, Channel 6 This Morning, and Comcast Cable. Her voice can be heard on the virtual airways as she hosts weekly talk radio shows, the Sharvette Mitchell radio show that airs live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, and on Blog Talk Radio and iTunes and iHeart and Stitcher. When she's not on the air, Sharvette often is referred to as the platform builder, where she provides consulting services for entrepreneurs so that they can generate more revenue with an amazing personality brand by focusing on marketing and visibility. In addition, Sharvette is a speaker and a trainer who coaches an online marketing strategies and social media marketing, personal branding, and the creation of digital products and courses. Excuse me. She is a graduate of Virginia Commonwealth University with a bachelor in science and marketing and a professional certified leadership coach. Lastly, she is the author of Propel, the Essential Handbook for Women in Business and Leadership, and Pour, the Secret Effects of Giving and Serving in Small Business and Leadership. That's just a snippet of who Sharvette is. You've seen the wonderful little video there. She's just a beautiful, amazing woman. So why don't you help me just welcome Sharvette to our studio once again. Hello.
Hello. Thank you for having me and your amazing audience and that introduction. Like I just need to take you around and you just introduce me. So thank
Oh,
you.
listen. I got time. I'll make time.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed just reading about you is just a joy. I
Oh.
put out the little thing on my story, and I said I needed some music to go with my story. And this I saw the song "This Girl Is on Fire." I said, "Yep, that's her. She's on fire."
I love it. Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
yes. So
Thank
listen,
you.
we're just gonna chat as we always do. You know how it is. You've been here before, but just take a moment and just introduce yourself informally or formally, however you'd like to do it.
Wow. So thank you again for having me. Hello to all of those that are coming on in. We see your comments. And so, you know what? I am just simply put a girl that adopted and loved and fell in love with social media early on. And it turned into business ventures. I left corporate America and I am just living really what a lot of people dream about. And so attached to everything else that you said. I'll just sum it up that way.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Listen, so tell us about, you are such a powerful voice. I know you have a radio show and you do an online show as well. And we love just watching you. You like to pop in the middle of the day, all kinds of stuff. And it's just always so awesome to see you, out there doing whatever you're doing. So just tell me how it is that you actually got into, putting yourself out there for people to be able to hear the great things that you have to offer.
You know what? It really started if we go back to MySpace. And did you ever have a MySpace page,
I
Gwen?
did. I did.
Okay, so and those that are watching and viewing, if you ever had a MySpace page, just type
Yeah.
MySpace in the comments. Type MySpace in the comments. But
Check my face.
um, what happened was at the time, this was many moons ago, I was creating websites, and I put a post on MySpace, just a little advertisement that said, "Hey, I'm available to do your website." And I got two paying customers who did not know me. One was a pastor in Texas. I'm in Richmond, Virginia. And one was
Mm.
like an aspiring artist in Arkansas. And I knew early on, if you just put yourself out there, if you just cast, on your net on the other side, that
Right.
there are people that need the solutions that you offer. There are people that have problems and you have a solution to it. And so that's how really it all got started. I do have to credit MySpace for that, at least initially knowing, hey, if I put myself out there, there's going to be a response.
Did you know that MySpace is still out there?
It is, and they shifted, and so that's probably a whole nother show we could talk about. Did they pivot soon enough, and all of
Right.
that. But yeah, it's still out there. I think it's focused on artists and music now.
It's so funny because I was out. I had a MySpace, and I think I was at that time a business manager for my nephew's singing group. And so
Uh-huh.
one day I decided to go and look. I couldn't find my page, but I found his page, and I found old pictures from us when we sang, and just so many different things. And I was like, "Oh my God!" So you don't know you're still out there on the web, and you have no idea sometimes.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. So let's move on to, we are now in 2021,
Yeah.
but a few years ago, you started doing some amazing things with women, female entrepreneurs. And so you created an online group and some other things. Tell us about that a little bit.
Yeah. It's Hey Girl Hey is how we speak to each other. So that's the language that we use. And so I realized that, as I was building, this audience and building connections on social media, that my community needed to gather somewhere. and that number one, that I had a community, that I had people kind of following me. And so how could I create a space where I could nurture that relationship, but then also they could interact with each other. And so I started a Facebook group. And so that was really the catalyst was really around recognizing I need a space for this community that is kind of building on my personal page at that time. And it really took off from there. One of the best decisions from a business standpoint is, if you are those that are watching and listening, is that you want to build community, not just a brand, not just a product. Most people do best if they have a product and a service and a community, or raving fans, or however you want to call that. But yeah, that's how it started.
That's awesome. So I see, now I've been out there and I've seen a couple of different people who have, groups and all, and they are charging people to be in the group. So you have to pay a fee, or you got to sign up, you got to do this, that, and the other. But you're pretty lenient, with the group, and of course they have to abide by some rules, and they have to let you know why they want to join the group or whatever. But even with the information that you share, you're a pretty open person. Why is it that you feel or felt like this is a good way to, have this type of group?
Yeah, a lot of people use different strategies, and I don't knock them if that's their strategy
Right.
to charge or what have you. But what I have found is that information is free. A lot of times people can Google a lot of things, but what
Mhm.
costs is the implementation. And
All
so
right.
most people, you could almost give everything away. Most people are not going to
Mhm.
implement. And
Mhm.
so, or most people need your assistance to help implement whatever it is that you're offering. So that's why I have a really an abundance mindset around that I can give information, give consultation and all of that, videos and all of that. I tell people all the time, if you go watch my videos, read my blog, you can make money off of the information I have freely given out. Now, how much more would it be if you work with me one on one? So,
Right, right.
information is free, implementation cost.
And that's really true, because you can, I've looked at a lot of things on how to do this and how to do that, and then you get stuck and you're like, now what?
Right, right. It's the
you know like
implementation.
what happened to this? I tried to do this on my own, and but not only that, sometimes people just don't have time to sit around and Google videos and go through this and
Yeah.
that, and it's easier. Some people focus better, some people learn better. There's different ways of learning, so that's a great thing. So with this women's group that you, coaching with vet, hashtag coaching with
Coaching
vet.
with that.
Yes. So you've done some other marvelous things with the group. So let's talk about the business that you also process with a lot of the women that are in the group, and a lot of them have had the opportunity to take part in. Let's go from the conference. Let's start from the conference. You have a conference
Yeah.
every year. We'll come back to it again later, but let's just start there.
Yeah, because the group really initiated the conference. So I never intended to host conferences. We're going into our 6th year this year. I never had any intentions, and I know, Gwen, you have experiences with conferences and events, and so I just had initially a negative perception about it. People, you got to beg people for money. People pay late and all of that, and that just wasn't what I was
Right,
signing up for.
right.
But the group, having this Facebook group, the ladies, after buying this one little notebook that said "Hey girl, hey" on it, it spun off a conversation around, well, hey, we can do a workshop, we can do a seminar. So the audience really pulled that out. And that's why I call it the pop-up conference, because
Mhm.
initially we just popped up and did it. The idea came about from the group in a
Mhm.
June timeframe, and then by December we were hosting it. And so that's a point to listen to your audience, to listen to your
Right.
supporters, because they oftentimes will give you insight in the next direction to go. And absolutely, the conference is one of the best things for my business that I've done. And so at the conference, women who are in the group, women who aren't in the group, they just come together and have the opportunity to be, together in this space, which then led into me offering a program called the Platform Builder Program, which is what you were alluding to earlier.
Right. So tell us, what does the Platform Builder program do for the female entrepreneurs, and who can actually be a part of the Platform Builders program?
Yeah. So this program is a 12-month program that is a coaching and consulting program with me. And it's really focused on women that offer services. So service-based women that are offering services, products. We don't leave out the product base, but really geared toward those that are high achieving women that offer service. And so there are 4 key areas around that. So one is about positioning their expertise with a polished visual brand. So earlier you showed some of my great photography, and we talk about branding. So that is really, a lot of times people make an assessment off of what you bring to the table and what your business brings to the table based off of what they see. Right. Based off of what you present visually. So that's the first part. Then the next part is around helping them gain visibility with speaking opportunities. And that can be them speaking at other people's events. That can be them getting media attention. This is a speaking opportunity. It could be them hosting a podcast. So then really focusing on how do we shine a light down on you, so then that draws attention to your business. Then the next component is really around focusing their expertise and telling their story in a book, so that they walk away with authority built and they walk out of the program as a published author in this book collaboration that we do. And then the fourth part is really around content marketing and how to convert more customers with your content marketing. So women that go through this 12-month program, those are the key areas that they can walk out of the program and be at a different place, at a better place in those areas.
Wow, that's awesome. So like you said, you've seen so how some of the photo shoots go just through the video that I just showed. And then, the book collaboration. So you do what's called an anthology, or is it just considered a book collaboration? I don't want to say the wrong thing.
It's both. They mean the same thing in my assessment anyway.
Okay. So you've written some great books. We'll shift over there for a second. You've written some great books, and those women had the opportunity to be in the book, correct?
Yes. So that's one of the amazing things with the Platform Builder program, is they literally walk out of the program as a published author with books to sell and product to sell that is associated with or just adds on to whatever their service or product was already. And so there are a lot of women, a lot of people that want to write books. I bet the listeners that are here, we have some platform builders that are hanging out in the audience now, but there are probably listeners here who want to write a book. You wrote your own entire book as well. And so it is really one of the things that helps to say, okay, it's a universal expert. I don't care what country, what language, if someone mentions they're an author, that is considered a universal expert. Right. And so that's one of the things we're really proud about. And the new book just finished up editing. It has gone into layout, got the book cover, getting ready to present that to the authors tomorrow for the new book, which is Pursue. So we're excited about that. So
the other two, let's see, which one came first? Propel.
First was Propel. Yes, thank you. You have Propel.
Then came
Pour.
See, I don't just bring people on here. I support them also.
Thank you. She is, and you've been at the conference and VIP and all that good stuff. Yes.
Yes, I have, and I'll tell you. It has been, I was so upset that I missed the VIP this time. I was find a little chair for me to put in the corner. I had a really great time last year and the VIP, but even just as a general attendee for several years, I really, really enjoy the presentations, but the fellowship and the networking and just all of that. I have, come to know quite a few beautiful women who are entrepreneurs and in business now, just from being a part of the a part of the conference. So it's been wonderful. Let's just say hello. These people are over here just typing, and one person in particular, I'm going to get to her in a second, but I popped up a few earlier. So we're just so grateful to have. And of course, you know who's in the audience.
Hey,
Your
mommy.
Betty Mitchell, thank you so much for joining us. We've got Rosalind saying hello. We've got Lorraine, she's saying hello. And Carlethia has said hello. And my cousin joined us from Florida a little while ago, and he said hello. We've got another cousin of mine from Florida, Marie. So thank you guys so much. Of course, we've got Wendy. She's hanging out here with the Hey Girl, Hey.
Comedian Quiet Storm.
And she's part of your conference this year as well, correct?
Yes, she is one of our MCs. We got a tag team MC situation going on. So Wendy Lee, or Comedian Quiet Storm, is one of our MCs this year, and past alumni for our Platform Builder program as well. So
I'm going to start charging Wendy, because I think I've given her quite a few shout outs on this show. Wendy, I need to get a tithe off of your offerings or something. I don't know what's going on here. So listen, let's talk a little bit about, we've talked about the book. So let's talk a little bit about your new book that's coming, Pursue. What can people expect from Pursue?
You know what? Pursue is so good. And I know that everyone feels that way about their baby or anything that they've birthed. But the way a book collaboration works is that my clients, there are 14 of us, got together, and I gave them one word, and the word was pursue. And I told them, you can write from any angle, you can write from any direction. There's one of our co-authors, Rita Stewart, is in Pursue, Platform Builder. You can write from any angle. And the only directive was that they had the word pursue. And so the chapters that have come together are really about their pursuits in life and how they got to where they're going, what's been happening on the way. And I feel like this really personal development book for entrepreneurs and leaders is really going to help people know, if I'm chasing something, if I'm running after something, if I'm endeavoring to do something, there's a passage in this book that's going to help you keep going further and help you reach that destination. I open up the book actually talking about, I was looking at on Amazon one day, no, I was on Netflix and I was bored with Netflix. I didn't see anything over there. And I went to Amazon Prime, and there was a movie out called The Underground Railroad. And it was new. And so initially I said, do we need another one of these? Do we need another one of these? But it was getting this buzz. I saw Oprah talk about it on her Instagram. So I went ahead and watched it. And there was one scene that wasn't new to me, but for some reason it hit me because we were in this book writing process where one of the gentlemen was reading. He was African-American, and the other young lady was like trying to stop him and tell him to hide it because he could be whipped or he could be beat for reading. Wow. And I'm like, here we are, 14 African-American women, not only reading, publishing and getting ready to sell a book. And that just reminded me of how our ancestors pursued peace, pursued freedom, and all of that. So I open up the book with that, and it just goes from there. So Pursue is coming fall 2021, but we do have pre-sales that'll be opening up in a couple weeks.
Okay, awesome. So I have to get myself ready for my pre-sale. So listen, we've had such a great time already just talking about so much that you're doing and so much that's going on. Wendy, she's over here. Yes, you are so marketable. So, with all of this, you have so many women who may want to really learn more and find out more from you and all of these wonderful women that you're talking about. Tell us some of the, let's go back to the actual conference. And this is where you can have this collaboration of all these women, and people are there able to talk about their products and their services, because you do give people an opportunity here and there, to share and all that. So that's a wonderful thing. So tell us a little bit more about the actual conference and what people can expect. Um, I'm going to pop up on the screen the dates and everything while you're talking, okay?
Okay, perfect. So the heygirlhey.biz is where you can go to find out information, or if you're looking at sharvettemitchell.com, it'll get you to where you need to be. But the actual conference is really for women who are entrepreneurs, or they are going in that direction. They want to be rub shoulders with those that are in that direction. And so we have all kinds of speakers. We have a speaker that's coming to talk about government contracting, that, hey, there's all this money out there that the government wants to hire your business. And her companies alone have been awarded. So that means they've been paid over $50 million from government contracting. We have a local Tipsy Cupcakes, who is, the owner, brick and mortar, survived the pandemic. Okay. She's coming to speak. We have people.
Did you find out if she was bringing samples yet?
I ain't got nothing to do with all of none of that. I ain't got nothing to do with all of none of that. We have people that are coming to talk about how to craft your story, how to outline a book, how to speak. We have one young lady, Shannon Serrano Greenwood, who her brother is Chris Serrano from Project Runway, and she has an amazing title. Don't just build a pedestal, build a platform, and how to build a community around your brand. And then we have all kinds. So there are all kinds of speakers, all kinds of sessions on financial. We have financial advisors. We have all kinds of sessions mixed in. So then definitely you're going to hear from me. I'm going to be talking about video marketing. I'm going to be talking about, raising your visibility. So we're really focused on, how to this actual pop-up conference, the 6th annual pop-up conference, November 4th, 5th, and 6th, is really around how to grow your business, get more money, and then also marketing and shining a light on what you do. So
that's awesome. I can't wait for the 10th annual because every year it just gets wilder and wilder. I'm using the word wow, but I mean, it's really more of a wower and wower. Every year you come 1 year and it's and then you come back next year and it's and then you come back, so so I can't wait to see what's going to happen next year and this year and, the following years. But I know that 10th anniversary is just going to be amazing. But I know every year it's something to look forward to. It's not that you come and you're going to get the same thing you got last year. And that's the amazing part. And I said that to someone recently. I said, you're not going to go and get the same thing you got the previous year. It's just not going to happen. No matter. It could even be some of the same speakers, but you're not going to get the same thing. So that's really amazing. So I'm excited to see. I know this.
Yeah, we're planning some great things. So,
and do you have a DJ this year?
Yes, the same DJ, DJ Shanghai. She keeps the fire and keeps the energy going. So DJ Shanghai will be in the building.
Oh, I just asked the question, and of course, Wendy, and yes, my cousin, Cookie.
Yes, your blood cousin. She makes sure that there is a dance floor at the. So you learn, you connect, and then we throw in a little bit of dancing. And again, November 4th, 5th, and 6th in Richmond, Virginia. 4 Points by Sheraton. 4 Points by Sheraton. So right over by the airport. So
right, okay. And I thought I had popped that up here, but I didn't. But you can go again. You can go here to heygirlhey.biz to find out more information about that. So listen, you really blessed us so far, and we're just so excited for everything that's getting ready to happen for you. We've got the book coming out. You also do a radio show. So tell us about the radio show and how people can watch you there.
Yeah, the Sharvette Mitchell radio show has been on almost 13 years, probably actually going on 14 years now. Every Tuesday at 6 p.m. You can find out Sharvette.com. That's just my first name. And we've interviewed all kinds of people that actually started out in an actual radio studio in Richmond and transitioned to internet radio. And now we've added the live streaming element. And so every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and I just have amazing interviews. We target and kind of feature things that would be interesting for business owners, but we also sprinkle in some entertainment from there from time to time, and some celebrities from time to time. But it's a podcast, it's a live stream, but all the things, Sharvette.com will let people know about it.
Yeah, so go and check that out, ladies, and gentlemen. So let's talk about that real quick. So you also throw in a little mail here and there to season the salt, right?
Yeah, you know what? I always say I sprinkle in a few lucky men. The listeners like to hear from women, so it's the demographics, and
Right.
the listeners like to hear from women. So we don't discriminate against men, for any of my friends that are males that are saying you're discriminating. But our viewership, our listenership seems to like to hear from the women's voice. So, but we will interview men every now and again.
Yeah, someone asked me one day, how did this mail get into the ladies' lounge? It's for the ladies, but men are for the ladies too. So,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's good to hear what a male has to say and their perspective, and
Absolutely. We love the men's.
Yes, we love the men's. Or yeah, right, Wendy. A few lucky men. You can always hear her say that. So listen, you've been an awesome guest as always. I hope I'm not leaving anything out. Did I leave anything out?
You covered everything. Thank you.
But listen, just give our listeners a last, word of hope and inspiration, if you don't mind. We just really, really. Oh, here's. Thank you. He watched the whole show tonight. Oh,
Thank
awesome.
you. Thank
He
you.
loves to support his Black women. Thank you so much, cousin. So we look forward to meeting you at the pop-up. Again, that's in Richmond, Virginia. I didn't type it in. I do apologize, but you can go to that heygirlhey.biz. It is right here in Richmond, Virginia. Listen, Richmond, they say Virginia is for lovers. So if you're not from Virginia, you come on here and you can find some love right here. I don't know about that kind of love, but we'll give you some, some female.
Yes.
But anyway, so if you can just offer just a word of inspiration, because there are so many women out there who would love to be a female entrepreneur. And there may be different things that's holding them back, but just give them a word of encouragement on this evening before we close the show out. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just know that what you have to offer, somebody needs. That's number one. But not only do they need it, they will pay for it. And so a lot of the initial work may be just mindset work. And so just reaffirm to yourself that what you have to offer is of value and it is needed in the atmosphere. And if you don't provide it, somebody else is going to provide it. But why not you? Why not the solutions that you have to offer? Why don't you provide it? And you might say, well, Sharvette, I don't have anything grand or big. When I hear you say solutions and problems, if you know how to cut watermelon and do the little watermelon and the little watermelon scoops, that's a solution, because some of us don't know how to do that. And so just know that what you have is needed in the atmosphere, is needed in the earth, and somebody is going to pay you for it. So I encourage you to step out, even if it's a small step. Take the step to go in the right direction, and you will not have a regret.
Wow, that's so awesome. And I appreciate you saying that. We have to learn how to be the solution to someone's problem. And everybody is not the same. Everybody has different situations, different circumstances. So that's just so wonderful. Listen, you've been with me today with the Sharvette Mitchell, heard all across the World Wide Web. I love to say that.
Yes.
I had to say that. Listen, you can go out there, you can find her on Facebook, you can find her on YouTube, Twitter, and all those good things. Just look up www.sharvette.com and you will find out a lot more about her. Thank you again for joining us. We really appreciate it. I look forward again to seeing you in November, but of course I'll probably see you Sunday.
Thank you for having me. It was fun. Thank you, listeners and viewers and replay listeners and
All
viewers.
right. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on today. We've had a wonderful time with Sharvette Mitchell, who has joined us. We still got comments coming in. Thank you, Sharvette. That was so encouraging. And they're just really just enjoyed the word that was just passed on today. Sometimes it doesn't have to come in a preachy voice or anything like that, but they are just such words that will really come and inspire you to do greater and better. And so I'm thankful for people like Sharvette, who has really pushed me even to do greater myself. And so I'm glad to have her join me on today. What a privilege. Again, I am Gwen Finley, your host. I want to remind you that you can also follow me. You can go to my website. If you'd like to even be a guest on the show, feel free to visit my website, gwenfinley.org. That's gwenfinley.org. You can fill out the form there. And just let me know what you do and who you are and what great and amazing things you'd like to share with others. Join me. I'd love to have you. Thank you again. Everyone have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening.